Joining us this week, our pop culture expert and the host of Front and Center with Jacquie Jordan, the one and only Jacquie Jordan. Also with us, comedian and host of Ungoverned on LFA TV, Shawn Farash. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. Jacquie, ladies first, let's start off with you. Kamala, officially crowned queen of the DNC ball, and the fake news, they didn't even try to come across as fair. Take a listen.
No, the party of joy and...
You will remember where you were when you heard this speech tonight from the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, really introducing herself to the nation.
You had a woman standing on stage saying, and this is a paraphrase, "In the battle between us and tyranny, I know where I stand and where the USA belongs." That is the rhetoric. That's Margaret Thatcher, dude.
A lot of her story makes many of the Democrats here tonight feel as though they're being seen, sometimes for the first time.
Kamala Harris's speech. Kamala Harris's speech was everything we've been waiting for all week.
I couldn't. Margaret Thatcher. Jacquie, your reaction to the media gushing and overload?
Yeah, it's a little nauseating, but it is the party of joy. It's not necessarily the party of dignity. You know, listen, I come from Hollywood. They know how to prop up. They do emotion, they do high vibe, but they don't do substance, they don't do policy. So there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on, but you know, she's a liability because we know she's not good off the cuff. We know that she doesn't have or carry a lot of substance. We know that she doesn't have a track record, and she hasn't been active in the past couple years in her vice presidentship. So she's a liability if she is left on loose. And when we have the upcoming debate in September, it may end up Biden doing what Biden did in the last debate.
I think so too. It'll be game over. We'll see. Shawn, on the Late Show, Stephen Colbert sat down with squad leader AOC, where the two of them compared Joe Biden to none other than George Washington. Take a look.
Joe Biden has gotten a lot of praise this week, and I just don't think we can praise him enough for the courageous and patriotic decision that he made. You know, when George Washington got to the end of his second term and willingly set down his office, King George said, quote, "If he does that, he will be the greatest man in the world." And no one since Washington has laid down this office in quite the same way.
I think similarly to George Washington, President Biden did this in order to not just establish but preserve American democracy.
It's so funny. Shawn, you take it away.
I can't. So hold on a second. This is the same group of people that want to tear down statues of George Washington because he owned slaves. So I have no idea why the heck they're even doing this. They're comparing him to George. The only comparison to George Washington that Joe Biden has that you can make, the fact that both men are probably around the same age. That's about it. I mean, George Washington, George Washington fought in the Revolutionary War. He did a lot, all these extraordinary things. Yes, he did limit his own power. Joe Biden, probably in one of his crazy rants, was going to claim at some point, "I remember I was fighting the Revolutionary War. My dad said my uncle was eating my cat," some sort of crazy stuff. This is the most ridiculous comparison I have heard from Colbert and AOC in a very long time. And again, I can't focus on this enough. They want to tear down Washington's statues in the name of some sort of racial equity or whatever crusade they're on. It's unbelievable that they're making that comparison.
We're running out of time. Let me get to this. Let me get to this, and I'll get both of your reactions on this. On the first night of the DNC, it was sad what they did to Joe Biden. He basically gave his own eulogy. They put him in that late night slot, and the crowd kept chanting, "We love Joe. We love Joe." Take a look.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my daughter.
All right, wait. Can we go back? Let's rewind real quick again. Look.
That was my daughter.
She did him in, and she's still smiling. I mean, she did him in, and she's
like looking at it. right?
But isn't that how they all do it? They all toe the company line. Like, it's not about merit. It's like if they can get enough celebrities to endorse whatever the agenda is and to speak positively about it, which is why President Donald Trump is so smart, because he always speaks about his merit. He always speaks about his record. They don't have a record to speak, so they have to have everybody just, you know, smiling and holding the company line. But boy, doesn't she just like exude dark mother energy? Like,
Shawn, I want your reaction to Nancy Pelosi in your Donald Trump voice.
Well, you look at crazy Nancy. This is a crazy person, by the way. You look at this crazy person. She stabbed him in the back, and she's smiling about it, and it's very interesting. Usually when she smiles, her dentures pop out of her face, so she's very lucky that that didn't happen. But I can tell you what, I've worked with her. She's a horrible person, and she reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. We're not going to let it happen.
Jacquie and Shawn, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Weaponizing the